previously on Ballz.
Nice. Clyde Rathbone also looks like he's enjoying a little Aussie coffee there. What is in there, Clyde?
It's the good stuff, Darren. Coffee, it's the gateway drug.
Okay, just checking. Yeah, so we might be disguising some, but it is coffee, right? Well, cheers, bud. Nice to have you online. If you can just hang in there 1 sec, we just got to quickly get your sports headlines, and then we'll be having a chat to you.
No problem. Is audio good on your side?
Yeah, everything's good. You're looking good. You're sounding good. And we'll be with you in just 1 sec. All right, talking rugby a bit during the course of the day today. A little later on, we have the Kebbles. That is Ollie. Did you know there was an Ollie Kebble, Clyde?
I only know of one Ollie.
LaRue.
But I'm guessing. Yeah, correct.
No, there's an Ollie
But
Kebble.
I have a feeling if he's a Kebble, he probably eats as many hamburgers as the other Ollie I know.
Correct, and that is exactly, we're going to try and fit both of them on one Skype cam, because Guy and Ollie's his little oak, who's just been invited to the Springbok training camp this week. He was there.
Really?
So we're going to have them both on one Skype shot. That should be quite interesting. I think it's combined 270 kilos or something.
Yeah.
You have to hope they don't eat each other.
Wide angle.
Welcome to Ballz Visual Radio, and thank you very much for bearing with us. I know we wanted to try and get you earlier, so we didn't keep you up too late, but one or two technical issues on our side. So we appreciate you waiting up for us. Are you at home comfortably relaxing?
I am, Darren. Always happy to wait for you guys.
Thanks a lot. Nice to chat to you. I see there is obviously a little bit of the Aussie twang, but a little bit of that Durban South Coast accent is still hanging around.
I think what happens is when I talk to South Africans, I revert back, and then as soon as this call goes over, I'll revert back to the other accent.
Back to the Aussie.
So that's what I'm told anyway.
Yeah. How's the family? How's everyone doing? How many are still here? How many are over there now?
So my entire immediate family live in Australia now.
Okay.
I've got 3 younger brothers. Both my parents are here, so that's good. It's good to have family close to home.
Well, please send our love and regards to Glynis. Always a very, very sweet lady to us whenever we've spoken to her. So send our love and regards to the whole family over there.
I'll do that. Thanks, mate.
How's it going with you? We had a chat to Jake, who's been a good friend of ours. He's obviously chatted to us quite a lot here from Canberra, and also he was in South Africa, obviously, with the Brumbies touring here. And he got on to chatting about you, and he mentioned Clyde. We thought, no, we must catch up with you. And you've gone through a bit of a rough time, but come out on the good side.
Yeah, absolutely. No, it took a long time to get, I guess, in a good headspace to work through the depression that I went through. But it was, as tough an experience as it was, I honestly view it as a positive. Just given me a very different perspective on things, and it was at times very, very difficult, but I don't regret the experience at all.
All right. Without going into it too much, I know everyone wants to move on. I've been down that road as well, by the way, probably parallel times. So you want to look ahead and look forward, and as you say, learn from the experience. But what was the basic thing you put it down to? I mean, was it very rugby related? Was it related to the fact that you sort of uprooted and left where your home was and had to go to another country and make a life for yourself there?
Look, I think it was a couple of different things. I think, obviously, I'd gone through various forms of depression whilst I was playing, but it was never what I would call severe or chronic until I retired. And I think I was using rugby as a way to not have to deal with issues and using it as a coping mechanism, just being able to focus on the next game or whatever was coming up. And then retiring, it sort of forced me to confront a whole bunch of stuff that I hadn't done. And that was difficult, but again, it had to be done at some point, and I'm glad that I've been able to work through all that stuff.
For a guy like you with your talent and obviously going all the way from the junior ranks when you played here to achieving the success you did in Aussie, at a hell of a young age to have to retire.
Yeah, I hung the boots up when I was 27, so it is young. I think what we're probably going to see, though, is that's going to become more of a norm. The number of games the guys are playing, just the load on bodies, and but I took a longer term view. I went to see the specialist, and he said, your knee can probably get a couple more seasons out, but when you're an old man, you're going to be looking at a flight of stairs and wondering how you're going to get up them. So I thought, taking a long term view for my own health and wanting to still be able to run and play squash and do all those things. It was the right decision at the time. But yeah, I'd still admit to having the odd thought of making a comeback every now and again. It pops into my head.
It's difficult though. I think when the knees go, they say when the knee does go, it's pretty difficult to come back from that. That's probably the one part of the body you can't really come back from 100%.
Is that your professional opinion, Darren?
As much as I know about medicine, Clyde. As much as I know about medicine.
Look,
there seems to be a little bit of an inkling of comeback sort of sitting in the back of your mind there. So obviously the bug hasn't completely left you.
Every time I think of coming back, I just turn one of the games on and watch the guys bashing each other, and it cures me very quickly of that intention.
Yeah, because Jake says you're you're keeping yourself in good nick. You're sort of at fighting weight. So from a fitness point of view, you probably where you were when you played.
Yeah, fairly close to that. I think and that's what I've realised since retiring. You can be extremely fit, but not particularly healthy, and you can be healthy and not particularly fit. When I was playing, I was on a lot of pain medication, a lot of anti-inflammatories, I was eating those things like Tic Tacs, and it's I guess the outside appearance is that you're an elite athlete, and the assumption is that you're extremely healthy, but if you're having surgery in the off season and cortisone injections every 2 weeks, it's not a particularly good thing for your body. And since retiring, I've made a big effort, especially in recent times, to get fit again, but the focus on just being healthy and being able to do the things that I enjoy rather than performing at an elite level. But I don't think the transition from the fitness level I am now to being able to play again, I don't think that's a huge ask.
Jake was saying that you got very involved in corporate type work, motivational speeches, that sort of thing, Clyde.
Yeah, my wife and I bought a corporate health business a couple of years ago. It's a pre-existing business. We do a lot of work with the federal and the state government departments here, which is a good space to be. We've got consultants who go on sites and do comprehensive health assessments of the various government employees. So they're doing intravenous blood tests, looking at the pathology, and then doing very hands-on comprehensive medical assessments of them, and writing up programs, trying to, I guess, practice preventative health. So looking for any red flags in their pathology and in their lifestyle practices and trying to correct them.
He sounds like he just did a whole script of Grey's Anatomy right there.
That's brilliant.
That
sounds good.
But you settled now, obviously. I mean, is Canberra going to be home for you, or are you kind of is that where you are now? Is that where you're going to stay, or were you kind of looking at maybe options of moving around Aussie, or would you ever come back to South Africa, or don't you know yet?
I'm spending more time in Sydney now, actually. I'm in Canberra, but I don't know, most people probably don't know, but Canberra and Sydney is only separated by a 35-minute flight, or about a 2.5-hour car ride.
So I'm laughing because when you lose your passport, it doesn't sound like such a pleasant idea when you have to fly to bloody Canberra to go and get another one, as I had to. But otherwise it's pretty close. I'm not going to bag Canberra, Darren. I live here, but thanks for the offer. Give us a comparison to a South African town, just so that people that haven't been there or seen it would get an idea.
If you've been to Bloemfontein, you've got a fairly good idea.
Now who's bagging on Canberra?
Oh, no.
Well, hang on. That's only if you're assuming that Bloemfontein's not a nice place to live.
Oh, okay.
We were, yeah.
Yeah, we kind of were. But anyway. Well, hello, Bloem. Nice to have you on board. Sorry, carry on.
Yeah, you just lost your 4 listeners.
Jeez, when did it go up?
No, look, I think Canberra. I'm going to be honest about Canberra. When I first came here, I thought as soon as rugby's over, I'm out of here. I'm back to the beach. I'm from Durban, but it is a place that grows on you. It's just a fantastically easy place to live. It takes me 5 minutes to get to work. There's a bit of a standing joke that the best thing about Canberra is how close it is to everything else. That's good. It's 3 hours to Sydney. It's 2 hours through the snowfields. It's 1 hour to the beach. But I actually enjoy living here. It's one of the few places in the world you can get on your phone and you can ring up your mates, and in 5 minutes everyone's sitting around having a coffee, and there's no traffic or anything.
There we go. That's Bloom. That's exactly. We were taking that to Narkodrotsky the other day. Everything's like 5 minutes away. Yeah. Nice thing about Canberra. Every time you want to bag on Canberra, just think of Darwin, and then Canberra's a great place. All right. Let's just quickly before we let Clyde go and sleep. What is the time there now?
10:43. 10:43 at night.
Gee, thanks, John.
Thanks, John. We thought maybe we get it from someone who's actually in Aussie to give us the time. But if you want to give us the time in Canberra,
10:45.
Oh my goodness!
Is that right?
Yes, it is.
Thanks, Derek.
Thanks, Johnny. Simon wants to just go run through the rest of the games coming up the weekend. We do a thing called our predictions. So obviously you've been following the Super Rugby pretty closely, I'm sure. So Simon, fire away at Clyde.
Oh, thanks very much, Darren.
You're welcome.
Chiefs Lions, Clyde.
I'll go Chiefs.
Yeah, we would too.
I don't think anyone isn't actually.
Brumbies Tars.
Brumbies.
Yeah. Sharks Highlanders.
Where's it played?
Durban.
Sharks.
Why does everyone pause on that one? I'm getting
Because I
worried
think it's
about
going
the
to be
weekend.
very close. I think it's going to be close.
Yeah.
Cheetahs Force.
Bloom.
Cheetahs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good call.
And then maybe a no-brainer. Crusaders Reds.
Ooh, that's in. Actually, I'm gonna go for the Reds in that game.
What?
Wow.
There's a little change. Explain.
I just think there's a good momentum there. They had a fantastic win last week against the Blues. Managed to hang on to Will Genia. Just a bit of momentum, and I think the Crusaders have been playing extremely well. But one thing we've learnt about this year's competition is that you only have to be 5% off when you lose, and it's an outside call, but it wouldn't surprise me at all.
All right. I'll be prepared to put a little buffalo on that one, Mr. Rathbone, with you. So you can always send it with
Clyde laughs at our buffaloes.
Yeah, exactly.
Money means nothing to
He's like, wow, why do I want $10? Listen, it's nice to catch up with you, Clyde. Anyone you want to say hi to back in South Africa that might be that are listening or watching, people that you know, people that you might want to say how's it to, or just your fans?
Just all my mates in Bloom. That'll be.
Oh, there we go.
Four of them.
That one oak gets left, yeah. Clyde, nice to catch up with you, and nice to see you smiling, happy, and that things are going well for you. Send our love and regards to the family as well, and thanks for chatting to us today, man.
Thanks, guys. Anytime. Cheers.
All the best. Cheers. Bye-bye.
Cheers, Clyde.
Here we go, Clyde Rathbone.
Hi, heavy Aussie twang there towards
No, it's
the
not a heavy Aussie
end.
twang.
I think it is. No, it's cool. But he's been there for a long time. I mean, you'd
Yeah,
expect.
he's entitled
He's
to have
got
an
a
Aussie
sense of
twang.
humour,
He's worn the canary yellow, my friend.
Yes.
So he's entitled
It's
to have an
Australian
Aussie
gold.
twang. Yeah, sorry,
Yeah.
Australian gold, my friend. Nice guy, Clyde Rathbone, chatting to us on Ballz Visual Radio. Nice to catch up with you.
2 p.m. to 6 p.m. Mondays to Fridays live on balls.co.za. Balls.co.za.